Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm just gonna talk about what we just saw, man. David Benavidez versus David Morrell Jr. I just want to start off by saying, David Benavidez and David Morrell Jr., I want to thank you guys for accepting to fight each other in your 20s, in your primes. Thank you for risking it all and standing 10 toes with it. You talked so much shit in the build-up. There was so much bad blood, and y'all was on smoke all night. Y'all stood on business and provided us, the boxing fans, an instant classic. This was one of the best fights in recent years for sure. So many ebbs and flows, extremely entertaining and thrilling. Man, thank you guys for that. Now I want to talk about the fight. Guys, wow. I really think that we are entering another golden era of boxing. Maybe it's recency bias, but this just gave me hope, guys. This matchup, this fight right here, it just gave me so much hope that we're finally gonna start seeing these young, keyword young, hungry lions matched up with one another. And to be honest, we've been seeing it, right? It started with Tank and Ryan, and then it was Ryan and Haney, and now this. And then just a couple weeks from now, we got, to a lesser degree, we got Shakur versus Schofield. I mean, yo, guys, we as the boxing fans, we are eating right now. We gotta soak it all in, man, and appreciate this. This ain't normal. What we just saw tonight, this was not normal. This was awesome. And to be honest, guys, I'm still on such a high after that dust up. I know boxing fans are very emotional and very biased. Like, you're either on one team or the other. You can't be on both. But y'all, if everybody just puts their pitchfork down for a second and just bask in that spectacular fight that we just witnessed, yo, I swear, if y'all can just appreciate something like that, I swear everybody would just be so much happier. You know what I mean? But let me just stop yapping and give y'all my thoughts on the fight and the fighters. I'm gonna start off with Benavidez. I want to just congratulate this man for what I personally deem as his biggest and most impressive win yet. I've officially earned a believer out of me. Yes, I made a prediction video, saying that I thought Morrell would just get the job done and beat Benavidez in a split decision, but it was not out of hatred, guys. I just genuinely thought Morrell would outbox him in enough rounds to secure a close victory, but guess what? I was wrong, and honestly, I don't care that I was wrong. Benavidez proved me and a lot of others wrong, and I don't care. He was incredible tonight. Benavidez was incredible. He looked strong, stronger than ever, and he looked smaller than Morrell, but he was still just as strong, if not stronger. Like, Morrell was definitely the more athletic of the two, right? But Benavidez' speed and strength matched up very, very well. His endurance and punch resistance showed tonight as well. He ate some shots, but never really looked hurt or bothered. Benavidez' conditioning was also elite. I feel like he threw hundreds of power shots in the first half of the fights. By the 12th round, he still looked fresh, He still looked like he could go 15 rounds. You know what I mean? His accuracy, David Benavidez's accuracy, man, and his punch selection, punch placement is second to none. Prior to the fights, I was watching a lot of interviews, and Benavidez often brought up the fact that he's actually like top 2 most accurate boxers in the game right now. And I can definitely see why. He is deadly accurate. His defense is fucking superb, man. It is so underrated. David Benavidez has very good eyes. He can see when the punches are coming and where they're going. Reaction time is so quick. He ever so slightly just slips it on time or blocks it on time. He's so good. He is so good at manipulating the trajectory of a punch. Benavidez, I feel he's such a vet. He got all the little things on lock, man. He got it. His experience definitely showed. I forget what the term is called, but he kept on doing that veteran trick where you pry the opponent's block with one hand and then immediately place a hook in that opening. You know what I mean? He kept doing that over and over, and he did that from the go. You know what I mean? He's a monster, y'all. I feel like that's literally the perfect nickname, the Mexican monster, for David Benavidez. Much respect to this man. I will admit, going into this fight, I thought Bivol and Beterbiev would have beat Benavidez or Morrell, But now after this fight, I can see that these two guys, these two young lions, they can definitely hang with those two, older lions. But I want to move on to David Morrell. I just want to be real honest and upfront with y'all. Morrell is one of my favorite boxers right now, right? He is up there for sure for me. I love his game, but his inexperience in the pros, it definitely showed in this fight. I feel like he's never been hurt like that before, and he never got a beating like that before. And I wouldn't say he froze up, but it took a lot out of him. You know what I mean? To be, I wouldn't say embarrassed or humiliated, but you know what I mean? When something like that happens and you weren't expecting it, I'm sure it must have been a lot for him. Another thing, I thought he just tried to look too pretty in there. He's a smooth guy, right? Let's be honest. He's a smooth guy. He's slick. He's fun to watch. He's easy on the eyes to watch there box. But he just tried to be too cute. Like when he would pivot away from Benavidez, he was slick with it. He pulled off the move. But when he got away, he just stood there and his guard wasn't up. So Benny, he would just follow up with like a light jab, and he would get caught with that jab. And that jab, maybe it didn't hurt him, but it definitely scored for Benavidez. In basketball, there's a term called taking a picture of a shot. It's when somebody shoots the ball and watches it either score or miss. That's a problem. You know what I mean? You can't be watching your shot score or miss. You got to assume it missed so you can get in the position to get the rebound just in case it does miss. I thought Morrell did something like that a lot in this fight. He would pull off something slick, but he would just stay in just a half a second too long, just long enough so that Benavidez can follow up and he would get caught. That's one thing I noticed. Another thing, he thought Benavidez was sweet, guys. I think he thought he could style on him. I think he thought that he could put him away with one of his power shots. And when he couldn't hurt Benavidez, well, there wasn't a plan B. You know what I mean? I think the game plan was to force Benavidez uncomfortable on his back foot. But when he couldn't consistently do it, he didn't change the strategy. Morrell, right? He is one of the smoothest boxers out right now. His footwork is impeccable. Why didn't he use it? Why didn't he use his length? I don't know if that's on him or if that's on his coaching team, but that was not good. Another thing, I thought Morrell also thought that Benny would gas out. I mean, why else would you just turtle up in the middle of the ring in a high guard and let Benny cook? Why would you just let Benavidez unload barrages on you? He ate up so many uppercuts. He ate up dozens of uppercuts, literally just standing there when he didn't need to. I also thought Morrell did a lot of you go, I go. He just didn't shoot enough when Benavidez was throwing his barrages. And the times that he did, he actually did find some success. He would land a counter left hook or a right hook even. And, it stopped the barrage, but he just didn't do it enough times. As a Morrell fan, as a David Morrell Jr. fan, these were the things that frustrated me as I watched the fight, right? He also, his accuracy, and I feel like he wasn't as explosive in this fight. He wasn't as accurate. But honestly, I think for this, I'm going to give all the credit to David Benavidez. His defense, like I said earlier, it was stellar. He was so good at changing the trajectory of Morrell's punches. Okay, now for the positive of Morrell's game. His fucking chin, guys. His chin is made out of granite. He ate some monster shots tonight, guys. Namely, those uppercuts. Those uppercuts that Benavidez were throwing, those were with mean intent, guys. You can see in his face. He was trying to hurt Morrell. Morrell also took a bunch of body shots and hooks to the side of the head, but he never seemed hurt. He was never like out of it. So his punch resistance and chin is definitely elite. His conditioning was superb as well, going 12 rounds with the Mexican monster in your 12th fight and fighting a voluminous fight. His conditioning held up. It definitely gets a thumbs up from me. As well as his power. He looked powerful. When he was fighting, he looked powerful. Keyword, fighting, not boxing. In that 12th round, when he was angry, when he was desperate and he was throwing those bombs, guys, if we being honest, he was blasting through Benavidez's guard. I don't think he ever really hurt Benavidez that much, but you can see how he was moving Benavidez. He was blasting through that guard. You know what I mean? Also, Morrell's speed also really, really good. You know, he's very quick. But I thought that his combination punching and punch selection, it needed some work. I thought that he could have gone to the body a lot more, but, you know, maybe he saw something I didn't. You know what I mean? But he just opted for the headshots a lot more than I wish he would have. I thought Morrell's footwork at times looked amazing, but again, he didn't utilize it, man. Like, why? You know what I mean? His jabs too. But I think for the jab, he didn't use it as much because Benavidez would just counter. But, guys, I don't know if this is the fan of me talking, but in the first round, Morrell, to me, looked like a damn superstar, guys. He looked so smooth. He looked so comfortable. He looked like he was just gliding around that ring. He looked so much faster than Benavidez. I will never understand why he fought the fight he fought. Why did he choose to bang it out with David Benavidez? Was it like an emotional thing? Did he want to prove a point? Did he want to beat David Benavidez at his own game? Did David Benavidez force him to fight like that? You know, I often wondered why did Morrell stop moving when he reached the corner? You know what I mean? Like, there were times when he would reach the corner, like he would be moving, he would be by the corner. David Benavidez wouldn't even be in range to threaten him with anything, but he would just stand there. Why? Why did you trap yourself there? And I wondered, why are you just standing with your high guard? Like I mentioned this before, why are you just standing in the middle of the ring with your high guard letting Benavidez work? Why not move out of there? Was he like waiting for openings? Was he setting up traps? Was he letting Benavidez overwork himself? I wondered why he did these things because to me, Morrell, he looked as though he was always moving with a purpose. You know what I mean? But nothing really came out of those situations aside from Benavidez wailing on him and landing hellacious shots. Like, where was all the slickness in this fight? I don't know, man. As a fan, I just have so many questions. But one thing for sure is that I know Morrell would have learned so much from this one fight. You know, after going 12 hellacious rounds, 12 grueling rounds with the Mexican monster David Benavidez, I really think that it's going to take a really special fighter to beat Morrell. After this, after the experience, oh my goodness, these two, David Benavidez and David Morrell, these guys are going to be incredible fighters. And I really think that a rematch is going to happen in the next 5 years. I think it will. I think it's going to be even better than this fight. I'll just take so much away from this fight if he so chooses to. What a great learning experience. With David Benavidez as well, man. He also will learn a lot from this fight. David Morrell Jr. is in the prime of his life. And he's bigger than Benavidez, in my opinion, at least from what I saw. And he's smooth, he's slick, and he's powerful, he's athletic. He just fought someone like that. I mean, it's scary thinking about how good David Benavidez is going to be after something like this. You know what I mean? But overall, y'all, like I said before, the fight was epic. I loved the showboating from both men. I loved the violence. I love the back and forth. I love the fact that you can see their ego. You can see it. Nobody wanted to back down. They would rather die in that ring than lose to the other guy. The heart they showed, man. The bravery. Oh my goodness. And most of all, I love the gradual respect earned from both men as the fight went on. You could see that these two were having fun in there. You could see that this was, you know, something like they've been looking for, an actual challenge. I feel like these two haven't been really challenged like that, and when the moment came, they loved it. You know what I mean? After the final bell rung, after the fight was done, it was all love and respect, man. That right there, that is what boxing is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I want to thank David Benavidez and David Morrell Jr. for providing a modern classic. But that's it for me, guys. I really am interested in seeing what you guys gotta say about this fight. So please leave it down in the comments down below. Let's get a conversation going. Let's chat, let's converse, let's discuss. I really am interested in what y'all gotta say. So, but yeah, please leave a like and subscribe. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you.